right. Unboxing a brand new ARTEZA Brush Pen set. And I've never had one of these before. Hopefully it'll be fun. Got it for Christmas. Let's break it open. 24 different colors. Looked them up because I didn't really know what they were. They are water-based ink. Comes with a little water brush. Ooh, pretty. Yeah. So they've got nylon tips, nibs. I always hate boxes like this because I feel compelled to put them back in the same order they came out in, and I'm sure that's never gonna happen. Never ever. Oh. So, a bunch of things we can do with these. It looks like you can treat them a lot like watercolor, which I'm plenty familiar with. So I think we'll start. Alright. Open, man. It's child-proof. Alright, just grill it in my way in. I'm not going to use the boxes. Just get a nice little mason jar for them, and that'll fix this up nice. Alright, a good variety of color. The videos I saw, these are extremely vibrant, which is really nice. I'm just going to get some nice watercolor paper out. The heaviest duty paper I got, plus the video I saw demoing these. I haven't played with them yet, but the video I saw showed using watercolor paper because there's a lot of watercolor techniques we can do with these. Just some regular old paper, painter's tape. Tape my paper down. People use fancy tape for watercolor work. Doesn't really... I've never found I need it. This stuff works fine. Doesn't tend to tear the paper on me. We got our water, got some paper towel. Let's see if I have a little palette somewhere. Oh, I've already got a mess on my hands. That works. Sure, that works. Oh yeah, mason jar would work. Let's start by demoing some colors. Ooh, pretty. Water-based ink, non-toxic. I don't think I'll be testing whether or not it's toxic. This is Red A101. Oh, wow. Nice fine line. Do a little sapphire blue. Let's see how thin we can make the line. It's a little... So this is a relatively rough-toothed paper. Watercolor paper, 140 pound, tends to work for pretty much any application of watercolor I do. Obviously, the heavier it is, the nicer it is. Do some light green. Yeah. Oh, that's very light. Definitely light. Ooh, nice fine line. If I can do it, looks pretty much like the one right before. I think once we add a little water to it, it'll definitely make fine lining a little easier. What are you? Ooh, turtle green. Did you know turtles come in a very particular green? Oh, yep, that looks like a turtle to me. Oh. Yeah, we'll stick with royal blue. We'll do royal blue. And do some watercolor techniques. See how they do. And put the pen cap on the end, because I will lose it. Alright, so we'll start with dry on dry, dry brushing. Ooh. You can see the texture of the paper come through a little bit there with the dry brushing. Gotta love that. I like that. That works nice. We can also try some nice solid solid washing. I'm curious about that, especially being that it's still pretty dry. Let's see whether or not I can actually get a flat wash out of it. I'm not too sure I can, just doing it dry like this. Oh, maybe. I don't know. That's awful thick. Can still kind of see through it too. So we should be able to add some water to this. And do nice wet on dry paper here. See if it does anything different. Oh, it lightens it up. Okay. Definitely makes it a little smoother. It should. A nice vibrant color should come back here. Should. It definitely should. I just dried the brush off on some paper towel. It's coming back. Oh, yeah, there she is. Okay. So we're supposed to also... Yep, there she is. Use this water brush. Love these things. Water brush all filled up with water. Like I said, I love these water brushes. They're so cool. Makes it so you can kind of like just sketch with watercolors like you would a colored pencil or something. Let's do the red. That is a bright red. Try a different red to use. I don't like loud red, but loud we will do. Whoop, that came out quick. I'm just gonna wet down the paper. A little wet into wet action. This is maybe not the best brush, not the best water brush. Water seems to kind of pour out lots of different places. This is the one that came with the box. Not a fan. I will use others that I have instead of that one. So this would be the wet into wet technique here. It's really nice colors, but it's probably because it's ink and not watercolor pigment. Kind of like, I should be able to press harder and get more ink to come out. Yeah, baby. So that wet into wet technique should make for smoother transitions of the color, which I wasn't so much able to achieve over here with the dry technique. just dried off that brush to get any extra water off. I'll play with the water brush again, see if I can smooth. Oh yeah, we can do that. Smooth the transition out even more. Of course, this brush is kind of terrible. It's like leaking all sorts of extra water that I'm not trying to push out. So the ink does not lift away very much like watercolor would. So it kind of sort of behaves like watercolor, but also once it's down, it's probably down. Unless you really work to pull it off pretty quick. All that extra freaking water coming out again. Gotta hate this brush. Definitely hate the water brush that comes with it. That crap's going in the garbage. Alright, we're gonna shoot for a little graded wash. So I'm just gonna lay down some red here. We'll add a little water into it and see if we can pull that color down somewhat. Maybe. Might. Whoa, that's a lot of water. A lot of water. I'm shredding the paper doing this. This is not sturdy enough paper, perhaps, even. Although it's very wet, that's probably why. So that right there, I can't quite get that transition. Nearly. I mean, it fades out alright. Not the best. Probably different pigments would do too. I'm trying to figure out what I'll do with these. I think like general sketching would be really cool. The vibrant color is definitely my favorite part about them. Ease of use for sure. And gosh, I just think for like general sketching out and about with those colors, very like, you'd end up with a really cool illustrative drawing if that's what you were trying to achieve. I just got some black. I was just thinking in the illustrative technique you might want like to line things. That's still wet. It's bleeding. Over here is dry. That's going to take practice, I think. Yeah, kind of cool textures, though. Pretty organic looking. That's kind of cool. It's like a plank of purple wood. I think sketching could definitely be a good use for these. Good use. So the other thing that I think would be really good for these would be the calligraphy side of it. That's still all wet. Calligraphy. See, as a lefty, I'm just not terribly well suited to calligraphy, although I love it. as it would so happen. I'm assuming this is not great paper for calligraphy. I need smoother paper, maybe. But you can do pretty nice lettering with brush pens. Maybe not these ones. I don't know. Maybe the nylon tips are a little bit rough for it. I will play more with that and find out, though. That's terrible. Terrible calligraphy. I don't know. At least you can read it. So, in conclusion, ARTEZA blendable water-based ink brush pens. Awesome. Fun to play with. And with a little bit of practice and playing around, I'll figure out how to do some cool things with them. The brush pen that comes with it, throw that crap out. Right in the garbage. Thanks.